world, thank you very much for watching us. This great show. Good morning, Africa. Wherever you are, this is a breakfast with Dr. MATSANGA together with the panel. We shall be doing this every 9 o'clock in the morning, where we shall bring in physical programs, physical breakfast. Fortunately, Miriam will be starting to eat her breakfast from where she is, and Karen will eat her breakfast. This show is purely a breakfast show, where you must sip some tea, you must sip some orange, you must take some apple, you must food security today. This morning, the show is on food security, the legacy, trend, the food security, one of the big 4 agendas of the president. The success, the obstacles, the challenges. Many people, when you talk about challenges, obstacles, they think they are the same. No, the challenge is different from an obstacle. A challenge is something that is always, it is there, you can overcome it, but you can't. But an obstacle is completely stuck. You try to move, the owner of the warehouse in Kemsa tries to move. If you try to dodge him, he murders you. If you try to tell him, I can't give you this tender, he says, I will sack you. Who is the owner of the Kemsa warehouse? Good morning, Africa. Wherever you are, this is going to be a very good show this morning, 9 o'clock. If you have just settled in your office, look at our lovely weekend. We had it, Miriam. We had a very good show yesterday on Africa. And is the AU dead? But today, this week, President Uhuru Kenyatta makes it historical. We shall be joined also by Karanja. He's online. He has already called. He says he cannot meet. He's from the food basket of Kenya in Nanyuki, where farms are. Thank you very much. This week, President Uhuru Kenyatta and other heads of state around the world will be engaging the United Nations body. Later on at 11 in a diplomatic elite, we shall see the obstacles of United Nations, challenges which were forward. But now, Miriam, it looks like the debate of education is not going away. Thank you very much from Malindi. Just warm us up with that bubbly weather. I saw you on the beach. I followed a lot of your pictures yesterday, and I saw you on the beach in Malindi. Tell us about Malindi. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. MATSANGA and Miriam Ugucha, the studio. And yes, I was there. Thanks for following. Now it's 9:23 here. It's around 10 a.m. It will be mostly sunny, and the temperatures will be at 27 degrees Celsius. At around 11, it will be still mostly sunny. The temperatures at 28 degrees Celsius. It will remain 28 degrees Celsius till noon, and then at 1, it will be mostly sunny. The temperatures will be at 29 degrees Celsius. 2 p.m. we'll have it at 28 degrees Celsius till 3 p.m. And around 4 p.m. we'll have it at 29 degrees Celsius. It will be mostly sunny. And we'll have the sun setting here at Malindi at exactly 6:16, and it will be 26 degrees Celsius. The humidity right now is at 82%. That's without time, Miriam.
Thank you very much. I want to encourage everybody to have his cup of tea officially. Whenever you are taking this, the other shows we sip it and hide. But this is good morning, so a cup of tea, a cup of coffee. For example, mine is lemon, and that's the way we want to conduct this show every morning. It's lemon with hot water and honey. And it is one of the things that keeps us journalists working very fast. So this morning, Karen, I know you are very good at tea taking, you coastal people. Miriam taught me how to take the hot water and lemon in the morning. Here we are. Good morning, Africa. Medium give us the COVID-19 results. Are we curving or we are curved?
I think we've been curving. We've been trying to curve. So hopefully we can flatten the curve very soon, Doctor. But this morning, as it stands, the figures that have been confirmed here in Kenya stands at 36,981 cases. Out of that, 641 people have died. Recoveries right now is at 23,887, and Uganda 6,287 cases. The death toll is 63. Recoveries is 2,616, and in South Africa, the figures there is at 661,211. The death toll is 15,953. Recoveries is 590,071, and the total figures in Africa this morning stands at 1,402,001, and the number of deaths in the continent is 34,314. And recoveries right now stands at 1,143,525. So, Doctor, overall, even in the continent, I think we are doing very well in terms of recoveries. And yes, so I think it appears we are flattening, not just here.
We are on the right track.
We absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Miriam, for those figures. We seem, but don't slacken. Don't slacken back. Don't go back. Don't go back to the old habits of not washing your hands. Continue washing your hands. Continue masking yourself. Continue social distance. Continue keeping away. Stay home where possible. Don't come to town unnecessarily. Don't loiter in cars. Wash your hands whenever you touch an object which is external. Good morning, Africa. Let's go to Nanyuki. Just tell us, how is the weather in Nanyuki, Mr. Karanja?
The weather today is a very sunny day here just around here, and it's a very hot place. It's a bit around this part of the weather. These areas are all.
We can't get you clearly. Can you?
Okay.
Yes. Can you speak up or change your microphone? Or you,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, thank you. Am I audible enough now?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm saying the weather here is sunny, and bearing in mind that this is the area around Ibiza is a bit hot, especially in this morning, and around September in these areas we experience wind is a bit windy because we are on the leeward side of the mountain Kenya region. Therefore, that is how it looks in these places. On the COVID issue, I think as a country we are doing well, and we should keep on sanitizing ourselves, wearing masks, keeping social distance, and we should not learn the bad habits from our leaders, especially those who saw yesterday, and some of them, especially the member of parliament from Gatun, who was diagnosed with COVID-19. But we saw him yesterday without a mask in a church, a place where the crowd was big, and we are left wondering whether it managed his illness or was he trying to escape the hands of law, especially after he was mentioned in various corruption deals of NGCDF money. Therefore, we are left with big questions, but that should not worry Kenyans. What we should do is to be responsible enough to be disciplined and to follow the Ministry of Health regulations so that we can keep this disease off. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Miriam. President Uhuru Kenyatta is in the course to tour his project. He's there. But today is a week for the United Nations. 75 years. Yes, 75 years. There will be pre-recorded statements that will come out. They have already started coming out. If you want to listen to what President Uhuru Kenyatta is telling the United Nations, switch on the webinar, go to the United Nations. They will give you the permission, fill in your identity, and then you can listen to all speeches from heads of state across the continent of the Africa and the world. So for us, thank you very much, Karanja. It is windy because you are on the western side, eastern side of Mountain Is it western or eastern side of Mount Kenya? And actually eastern side of the mountain Kenya. So the wind is windy in September. Thank you very much. Yeah. And the President Uhuru Kenyatta is touring the projects in Mombasa. And today we are doing the legacy train. This morning I wrote about the legacy train. There is one thing that President Uhuru Kenyatta wants to leave, among others, wants to leave a united Kenya. A united Kenya without violence. A Kenya that believes in equality. Good morning, Africa. A Kenya that believes in unity. Good morning, Africa. And a Kenya that believes that the winner does not take all. They all work together. Good morning, Africa. I was in Mombasa a few weeks ago, 1 week or 2 weeks ago. I saw the type of development in terms of roads, infrastructure. Good morning, Africa, and good morning, Kenya. Is Kenya working? Yes. Despite all this noise that is being made by those who are interested in power only, Kenya is working. President Uhuru Kenyatta, behind the scenes, silent in some places, very quiet, not even ignoring to answer people like who insult him on a daily basis. For almost 1.5 years, the legacy trend has been here, defended, stood by President Uhuru Kenyatta. We shall defend up to the end. We shall produce 3 good books of President Uhuru Kenyatta. 1 book is ready for production. Some mafia people started stealing some of my information and produced a book. Useless people. Useless kabisa. They have stolen my material for a long time on my website. I don't want to name them. But please don't be academically thief. Academic theft is what caused Makerere University to burn it down. Because some people's certificates don't exist. Woohoo! Allah, 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 Allah. So please, if you have taken some of my things, used them, just say thank you. Mine is in defense of the legacy. Not these cheap things. So someone stole my material and started to put up a book. The usual type of hyenas who eat on other people's blood, parasites. Miriam, our books are coming, 3 of them, and I promise the people of Kenya, they will be thrilling. Thriller. Mzuri kabisa. With Shakespeare and English. We are opposition, not this English of borrowing, and eating people's things. Unataka kukimbia mbele wakuambie wewe unafanya kazi. Kumbe unangojea Matsanga every day, every night, 3 a.m. I'm writing it. Then you steal them. Hakuna hiyo. Utaonekana tumeshastaka wewe already. Wewe mwizi. You try to steal our work. We know you. Yes, that you're producing a book on the legacy. What? You did not even like that legacy. Now produce the book for what? Let's move on, Miriam. Very good topics this morning. President Uhuru Kenyatta wants to leave a legacy, a redemption strategy, reconciliation, leads to healing. If you don't have that, the legacy, the hospital, the health care, the food security that we are going to discuss might not be functional. Is that true?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think the legacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta when he made the Big Four agenda, I think it captured a lot of things that are really important and pertinent, to Kenyans. And I think food security is one of the things that is quite important. So if President Uhuru Kenyatta can be able to find a solution to this, so that Kenya, as we are today, we've said here before, Doctor, and I'll repeat, in the 21st century, no Kenyan should be going to bed hungry. Those images we see from Turkana and other places across the country when we were during the drought season, that is something that right now I think the Ministry of Agriculture and the government of Kenya should have had like a strategy to ensure that during such seasons something is done, and these Kenyans are able to be cushioned in good times. So I think should this really succeed, it's on the right track, then I think this will be one of the things that President Uhuru Kenyatta will be remembered for, because when Kenyans go to bed, when they're filled and they're okay, they're able to be hopeful, even for another day.
Karen, in Malindi, President Uhuru Kenyatta is at the coast. Most probably he will arrive in Malindi in Kilifi. What do you want to say to him? What have you done that he has to inspect that road on Dogo Mabadogo or something like that? What is that road? The famous road that joins Mariakani and all those areas where President Uhuru Kenyatta was singing a song while he was there. You remember that road? Bring us up to date, ma'am.
Dongo, is it Dongo Kundu? Dongo
Gundu Road, yes. Thank you, Miriam. Dongo Gundu Road. How far is Dongo Gundu Road?
What I can say is he has done excellently well when it comes to that road in particular. And I think I said this before, you wouldn't imagine you're even in Africa, so it has progressed well. And from where we have Mariakani, what do they call it? Mazeras to, on your way to town, Mombasa, that is. It's just a smooth road, and that means we do not have a lot of traffic like we used to before, because you understand we have these trucks coming in and those, walking, heading to Mombasa, and those leaving Mombasa. So there used to be a very huge problem when it comes to traffic. But with what has happened right now, courtesy of our President Uhuru Kenyatta, then we do not have to deal with issues to do with traffic, and it takes you a few minutes before you get to town, compared to what used to happen some time ago. So we have moved a step, a huge mile from where we were, courtesy of what he's doing here. And I'm glad that he's around, he's going to be at the coast. And I know so much more is yet to come, based on the fact that he's moving around. He's moving around to see what he has achieved so far and what can be improved. So yes, he's doing a good job here.
So you think he's done a great job in Mombasa?
He has. And even on food security, there's so much going on when it comes to, the fisheries department and all of that. So he has done.
I want us to hold on that. You brought some good idea. There's no coast person who can talk. I like my correspondent from the coast. Thank you. Without talking about fish. Fish. No wonder Miriam started smiling when she heard about fish. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Something is
yes.
Fish. The fish industry. Mm-hmm. And hold on, when we come to the food security, the fish industry. Hey! Wow. This is, I hope you are having your tea, all of you. I'm enjoying mine. And the cup should come this thing very nicely. Miriam is very comfortable. You are comfortable. Karanja, are you having any tea across there in Nanyuki? Which type of...
I'm having my cup of tea this morning.
Which type of tea are you enjoying, Karanja?
The normal tea with this black tea and milk, that one.
I hear
in Spain we have lots of milk, and it's hard to use coffee alone. Yeah.
So So you are enjoying the normal Kenyan tea.
The Kenyan tea, the Luya tea.
Oh, the Luyas don't. Oh, now you are coming closer to injuring me. Good morning, Africa, wherever you are. Thank you very much, Miriam. This is a very interesting subject.
Yes.
Very interesting day, Monday, 21st September, the year of our Lord, 2020. Let's also talk 2020. Yes, 2020. Is it the best way we can pronounce as Americans? I'll stick to British Empire. 2020. And Mwalimu teacher down there, how do you pronounce it? 2020? Can I hear your pronunciation?
2020. Simple as that.
You see. Now, I used to do 2020. 2020. 2020. This is American. Macau Mutua would say 2020. Yeah, Miriam, you are now on the stage. The Daily Nation.
Yes. All right. And
Ruto, the man on cleansing mission.
A cleansing mission there, and he's quoted as saying, Jesus himself said in the book that it is more blessed to give than to receive. And down there says, from launching an anti-graft crusade against his own government to building an altar in his Nairobi home, giving alms and speaking up for the less privileged in the society. Hashtag, in quotes, hustler in chief is taking the meaning of image is everything axiom to a new level in his bid for the presidency in 2022.
Thank you very much, Miriam. Again, giving me a credit. This morning, I wrote, anybody who has read the Plateau Republic, which I can refer His Excellency the President, the Deputy President, to read. Makamu Rais, read the Plateau Republic. If you have not read it, try to buy that book. Send your PA down the road. Some of the PAs might not even have the knowledge. Because we have employed some people who are quacks, just running around carrying briefcases. Wapi. Soma Kitabo. The book is called The Plateau Republic. Mr. Deputy President, the Plateau Republic said, Plato told a noble lie. Have you ever heard of a noble lie?
Mm-hmm.
I teach political science. I'm not like Mtai Nguni. He hears. But me, I teach physically. Then I teach Bazungu who know more English than myself. A political lie, a noble lie, which Plato said it in order to give the people hope. Not a noble lie in terms of lies. Look at my article, my thoughts of this morning at 5 a.m. I delayed to publish them because I overslept over the year, but they are there. The Noble Eye by Plato is the best that can give you the best example in this world. Deputy President, I refer you to that book. Read the Plateau Republic. If you want to be a leader of these countries in Africa, why Museveni is stuck there is he read the Plateau Republic in the Salam University. Although he ended up writing a thesis of Fenon Fanzi, of violence and the violence and the violence alone. And once violence is used, you know that if you understand that from our president, last night he was talking, I was watching him, a great comrade that struggle. All of us are fighters, but in different platoons and kikos marooms. He was from NASA. We are Kikos Marum. We are still alive. The rest are gone. The Basilio Keros, the Oito Joke are gone. The Matsangas are still alive. Hey, hallelujah. You never know. We are still strong, growing strong. Corona will leave us. God is, hallelujah. President Museveni gave so many good concessions last night. You saw the Uganda concessions. No more Ugandan if you have a certificate entering Uganda. You go home. That's a good concession. Hakuna kuwekwa kwa hoteli. Even the hotel where you have left, the hotel is clean. Where you are coming, the hotel gives you disease. So enda nyumbani. And the tourists who want to go to Uganda, Museveni, I'm doing a PR for you here for free. But I'm doing it hoping one day you will pay my money. I will not forget that money that I worked for, which you never paid. One of your ministers ate it. So, Miriam, always please encourage me to speak about it. Because if it comes one day, you and I we might smile. So, this is a serious matter. That tourists can go to Uganda. There is now ice. Ice has come back to Mount Renzori. Miriam is a miracle. Serious ice. So it means the weather, his instructions of not destroying trees, that side, he was very, very crucial man on that. He said, you find somebody up there, he's trying to bring the trees down, shoot him. People feared going up to cut trees. Ice has returned. But he says, if you're a tourist, Mzungu, umetoka huko, hakuna kushika Mwafrika. Don't touch Africa, don't mix. Go to your tourism, ona ng'ombe, go ona gorilla, ona nini, ona lakini after that, depart. Hakuna kubembelesha watoto yetu, wasichana huko. No, you know Uganda has got added tourism. Women with calves as tourists attraction. I don't know whether the two of you know. Miriam, at least you know, and Karen Joseph, you were very close there. You have been to Uganda and you liked. You told me you like it so much. And President Museveni, indeed, told the tourists to come but not to mix with our locals. They just come, eat, drink, and go. So thank you very much, Your Excellency. Coming back to the Plateau Republic, Miriam, I hope you have looked at my, this morning, the strategy is through redemption strategy. That's one. That is for the legacy train. For the Plateau Republic, we have a noble lie. What is a noble lie? What's a noble lie? A noble lie is Plato meant something that you don't tell us about cleansing. Cleansing mission. That Jesus himself said in the book. That what book is this? That Jesus said you give. But Jesus did not say give stolen property. Yes. Yes. Tunaambiana ukweli bwana. Jesus said give what you have. But Jesus didn't say go and break stores and carry bread and give stolen bread to people. Give what you have. Explain why God gave you what you have. Me, I cannot give. In fact, I have so many of these shirts. Like 2,000 of them. Now I'm returning to the normal size. Medium, you can see the way you haven't commended the way I'm doing very well. to encourage a person who is on a marathon, at least give him those good encouragement. Don't give him only things that pull him back. So when these shirts don't fit now, I will get, each year I give out 100 shirts to my relatives. Yes, that is Matsanga, the noble lie. Plato's noble lie is being peddled in Kenyan politics. Plato not mean the type of lie when you call people hustlers. When you tell them we are hustlers, I will avoid talking about this morning show, this morning about the meaning of hustler by the dictionary. But it goes back to say, if you look at it, Machiavelli, what haven't I been telling you, Miriam, here in Kenya? Machiavellian what? Politics.
Politics.
There you are, Karen. Are we being peddled a noble lie? Karen, are you a hustler?
Doctor, first of all, I don't know why there's a big deal in this word hustler, because I think most of the people in Kenya have grown up from humble beginnings, and I would give examples of Jomo Kenyatta. Jomo Kenyatta was a meter reader, earlier on. The late Daniel Moi began as a teacher, and he came from a very humble beginning. Looking at Mwai Kibaki, he was a son of a peasant, and he rose from, being a son of a peasant to
Yes. We lost Karen there.
kind of environments, and they became people who are so great. So I don't think this word hustler, it's not like it should not be taken as it should not be personal, because it's everything. Everybody goes through it, and people come out of it and become great people. So I think it's baseless, and I don't see a big deal in it. And based on what we talked of some time earlier, we gave a different definition from what people understand. So they should find something else to, another word, or I don't see any big deal in using the word hustler. It's just a term anyway.
It's just a term. When we say hustler, we are meaning just a term. There is nothing hustler. Hustler means very bad things in the English dictionary. How Garbo Kenyans have accepted to be called hustlers. And the Daily Nation summarizes it, that Jesus is another lie. This is a lie. Jesus never said give what you don't have. Jesus said give what you have got in good hands, in good faith. Not if we are to give what we don't have, all of us will kill everybody. I will go and grab Miriam's handbag because Jesus said give. I will go and steal one boat at Malindi, run with it to sell it across in Lamu for those pirates to take it to Lamu, then come with the money and give out to the public, then say Jesus said give. This headline is misleading. Miriam, comments.
All right, very well. Yes, I think that Deputy President William Ruto has used this term. I think it's loosely used in Sheng to show somebody who is hardworking and all that. But as last week you were looking at, the true definition of this term, and the meaning there is not very nice. But I think he uses that to appeal to a lot of, especially young people, and to just try to show them that, I understand your problems. I'm one of you. I think he tries to make them feel as if he's part of them. And so he hears them and speaks their language. I think that is what Deputy President there tries to do. But we looked at the meaning of hustler, and I don't want to be called a hustler myself. So, but I'm a hardworking Kenya. I can take that.
Karanja.
Yes.
Just
thank you.
in a few sentences, don't make them too many.
Yeah.
What did you think? Do you give what you don't have?
No, you give what you have and what you have earned honestly.
Do you go to church and steal church bread? Have you ever stolen church bread?
No.
Eh?
Okay.
No. Wait. I'm still bringing you closer. Why was a mouse of the church different from the mouse outside the church?
Maybe the mouse outside there, you get something to eat.
And the one in the church?
The one in the church will live on the mercies of God.
And that it watches people exchange money.
Yeah.
Does it know whether the money is stolen or not?
It does not know.
You know where I'm leading.
Yeah.
So, when the final destiny of God comes, which mouse is charged more? The one outside and the one inside. Perhaps if we reach there, if we don't reach, but if you reach faster or I reach faster, which rat or which mouse will be heavily or severely punished?
I think it's the one that is ignorant and the one that is taking advantage of the circumstances.
The one that ate from outside.
Yeah.
And that took sleep in church.
Yes.
Yes, and then the one in the church that watched the events, as the bishop said, brings a big basket. We give ye to the name of Jesus Christ this gift that you have given to us. This is how I always do it in St. Mary, Lady Mary Church, AS, Anglican Church of England, where I've gone for almost 36 years. And it is only this year that I've missed going there Easter because of Corona.
Yeah.
But I am with number 2 lead elder, parishioner. No, not parishioner, parish leader in the church. You know those people who, when you collect the givings, you bring them to me. Then I also have the opportunity to carry nicely. You know, you walk like you are going towards Jerusalem. You don't knock any step down. You hand them to the bishop. Yes. So, which mouse will be punished more?
It's the one from the outside.
Thank you. Now, give us your points. We leave it there. Our role here is not to name names. We leave it there for our viewers to interpret, to understand. Those who are Muslims can understand. The Quran says, give what you have. But it doesn't tell you go and kill people, go and slaughter people, go and pick money from people, steal people's property, steal people's oil, then come and give us. The Quran does not say that. Ina Hassan will tell you he's watching us, wherever he is. He will not tell you that the Quran tells you to go and break people's shops. Then run with the merchandise. Say, Jesus said, Muhammad said, give. No. Wapi hapo nduru? Tunawachana. Thank you. Wapi nduru? Thank you very much. Good morning. Karanja, say your points quickly.
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, I want to make it clear that for me, I'm not a hustler. I'm an industrial Kenyan who is working hard to make a honest living. And this thing of hustlers is kind of a thing that is a notion that is created by those who are rich. Because I don't see why people take pride on being born from a poor background. Majority of Kenyans are born there. Most of us came from those backgrounds, and that is why the former Prime Minister was telling those people that we are all hustlers, meaning that we are all there. We didn't get where we are by luck. We worked hard to be where we are. If the Prime Minister did join politics, he could not be the Prime Minister he is today. Meaning he worked hard. Everybody is working hard. Therefore, those people who are trying to divert attention and raising ignorance of Kenyans who think that they are hustlers is a notion that is not here nor there. And these people who are championing this hustlerism agenda were the people who are in politics for the longest time. And I think if it was practical enough, they should be showing us what they have done to these hustlers to uplift their livelihood. Those years that they have been in politics, hustlers or those people who are poor or who are stricken by poverty, they were there even those times. They did came yesterday. Therefore, they should have started working for them since they joined politics or since they joined the position of leadership. But now they are using this in order to kind get of a sympathy from those people who are bearing in mind that the majority of Kenyans are people who live in $1 per day. Therefore, when you tell them that you are one of them, some ignorant people might follow that, forgetting that it's just a notion, and that the person who is championing that is a person who lives in a lavish lifestyle, is a person who is wealthy. He is even wealthy than the people he claims to be dynasty. Therefore, he is a dynasty who is out there now because that he thinks it's his time to rule this country. He does not want to rule on his tag of dynastic nature, but he wants to use this hustlerism agenda so that after realizing that these numbers, the votes, will not count, now he wants to divert the attention so that he can rule on ignorance of Kenyans who think they are hustlers. This hustlerism thing is not here out there. And I think it is about championing those people who are poor. We have Kenyans, the Mama Bogas and the Boda guys who can do it better than a person who has ruined his reputation throughout his entire political life, claiming the people he is calling dynasty now. Therefore, the leaders of that thing are the people who are corrupt and more. Therefore, we don't have anything like hustlers. People should sell their manifestos and agenda.
You have made your points very clear. Let's look at this. In history, Plato, in the Plato Republic, justified the noble lie by saying, when a ruler often claims some falsehood for the well-being of the people, how similar is it they resonated with their social status? That is Plato. You are telling people we are all right, we are hustlers, we are the same. It is like in Uganda. Bob Wine lives in a very good house, surrounded by Islam. And when you take a picture of the slum and then you tell the picture of the leader, whose house is twice the same as the state house in Entebbe, what do you make of it, Miriam?
Well, we cannot blame Bobby Wine for the poverty of the slums there. That is the
I'm
responsibility.
not saying I'm blaming. We are just bringing comparison.
But he tries to identify and he speaks to young people, but I think that should be the responsibility of the government to see that those people are taken care of. But yeah, I think a lot of leaders take advantage of that because they think when they speak the language of these people are able to identify with them and how they speak to them, and they try to tell them, we are one of you, we understand what you're going through, like what the deputy president is doing here in Kenya. And, he's been accused so much of corruption. So I think also he's trying to use this opportunity and use this tag, as Daily Nation here has put it, hustler in chief, to try to turn away from that image, from the allegations that he's been, put, upon him on being corrupt and being associated with a lot of graft cases that have been happening in this country. I don't know, Doctor, do you think he's succeeding in turning that that image slowly by this hustler tag now that he's been singing now?
No. He's only turning the image towards his side because other people have respected President Uhuru Kenyatta not to go into a full frenzy. I hope my English is understood here. A full frenzy. Frenzy politics. The real one. When it comes to that, and the people start documenting and laying down the Raila Odinga or Kalonzo Musyoka or Musalia Mudavadi or Wetangula and other contestants who are coming on board, when they go down in the field, even those real hustlers, the one you are claiming to be yours, it might not be yours.
And
I've just explained.
Yes.
I've just explained something this morning.
Yes.
And the thing is that Jesus said, Jesus never told people to go and break people's homes. Then you bring us stolen property and say, I'm giving because Jesus told me to share with you. Who will burn in hell more? The one wearing the clothes or you who brought it? The Quran, Muhammad, was never told to go and steal and bring to people. Muhammad was told to teach Muslims to give with what they have. And that's why you see Muslims slaughter goats during Eid this, Eid that. They share animals. They don't steal animals. Let's get that clear. So don't tell us a lie about the Bible. Some of us studied the Bible seriously. Divinity. Some of us, our fathers saw a light in us that this boy of 80 kilos, 80 pounds, heavy as it is, he could become a bishop. So my father, to punish me, wanted to throw me in a bishop Taka College Mukono. And I saw my bishop. My father, please, wherever you are, rest in peace. I've never buried you, but rest in peace. Rest in peace. But don't tell a lie to win votes.
They're playing into people's poverty there.
Yes,
which I think
don't play on people's minds. Honestly, don't. And I want to surprise Miriam by reading this one.
Yes.
Which I wrote very early in the morning as a student, a lecturer, a man who has read political science to a level that you cannot challenge. If you challenge me for an exam, we just call for 2 hours, closed doors. It is not by surprise that you will see them donate some merchandise to fellow hustlers to advance a misconstrued notion. True to this, Nikolai Machiavelli once said, and I quote this very seriously, Nikolai Machiavelli once said, many are so simple and are so subject to the present necessities that he who seeks to deceive will always find someone who will allow himself to be deceived. Woohoo! Mwalimu, unaona hako, nikurudie mzuri hapo. Wacha kaume mtu. Let it pain someone. It is not by surprise that you will see them donate some merchandise to fellow hustlers to advance misconstrued notion, allegedly. True to this, Nikolai Machiavelli, if you have read the book, The Prince, Nikolai Machiavelli once said, men are so simple and so subject to the present necessities that he who seeks to deceive, to lie, deceive, to lie will always find someone who will allow himself to be lied to.
And Doctor, just to add in, Dr. Kabla Duru, let me just, what you said is very true, because unlike, say, somebody like Bobby Wine, who also identifies as a hustler, our deputy president, he's the deputy president of this country. That means he is in the government. He is the government. So he has an opportunity because he's been saying that, the BBI, what Kenyans want is the youth want jobs and things like that, which is true. But deputy president, you're part of the government who should be finding solutions, sustainable solutions to some of this problem. You're part of the government. We should be addressing these problems that you feel are quite urgent to the people and make sustainable solutions, not just handouts, not just what you see happening there. So I think that when you're saying that, it makes a lot of sense because it's like the government is over there and I'm over here. Deputy President, you're part of the government, so you're supposed to be finding solutions and addressing,
exactly,
from a policy position.
Exactly. Meanwhile, I eat my fruits. Remember, it's a breakfast show. We encourage people to eat so that you preserve your energy to fight. Fruits are very good to fight COVID-19. Thank you. Fruits will fight COVID-19 effectively. Meanwhile, as we talk, Miriam, Mwalimu, you heard that quote from Nikolai Machiavelli. Nikolai Machiavelli, the prince, the book, the prince of Sicily, Florence, once the capital city in Rome, was a favorite man for the emperor. But he said he always looks for men whom can he find to deceive. Did you hear it? Mwalimu endelea as I eat my thing, man.
Yes, I did. I heard all that, and it's such a coincidence. What's happening with Machiavelli is just the exact situation in the country. People going around deceiving, people, killing. It's just what's happening. It's a reflection of what happened those days in that book. And I agree with Miriam what she just said. Apart from him looking for solutions, and I don't even know why it's such a big deal, because people have been working hard from the word go. People have been working hard genuinely, getting your money in a very genuine way. So it should not be made like you are just the first one who is working hard, helping out people. People have been doing it. And the question should be, how are they helped? When you're giving out 2 million and the numbers of the people on the ground are so many compared to what you're giving, and if you are to distribute what you've given to the number of the people, then we're looking at people getting it around 130 or even 200 Kenyan shillings. That's $2. What do you even do with $2? So I don't even see the reason as to why you should maybe give out 5 million and the people are around are even more than that, or they are less. But then if we are to divide the amount, with the number of the people, then they will just get an amount that is not even substantial. What do you do with 200 shillings, or what do you do with 300 shillings? And you have a stall. Let's say you're in a market. So people should stop using this hustle narrative to make it feel like it's such a big deal. And then the real sense, people have been working hard from the word go, and they have made it. So I think they should just focus on, bringing the people together, creating unity and all of that, and not use this narrative. Because you're not the first one to work hard. People have been working hard. Everyone has, most of the people come from a very humble background and they've made it. So it should not be an excuse for you to buy people using this narrative, buying people using this narrative.
Buying people using the narrative. Machiavelli said deceiving people.
Yes.
Deceiving people. Now this is it. This is the time. This is the time.
You
work together.
Doctor, you're seeing them because you're having a very good breakfast. That is what bananas do for you in the morning.
Yes. Those who want to hang can hang. But me, I sing my song. I am entitled, whether in London, whether in Harare, whether in South Africa, whether in New York. If there was no COVID this time, I was going for this General Assembly. But now COVID, you have to go. There is too much in America. America, Miriam will tell us at 3 o'clock. The separatist patches. Thank you very much. We have very interesting programs coming now. Yes. Next is so many things. The food security. Senor, unless you have something else, Karanja.
Sure.
Yes, I am composing a song. Don't forget I was called Veve.
I told you Veve means me.
When I was a singer in the senior secondary school.
Veve means Mira, doctor.
I know what it means, but now that was the nickname. I have never smoked a cigarette in my life. Neither have I ever done any drug in my body. The only drug that you can find in my body is the blood.
Okay, that's a good.
Which is very clean. And I want to pray to God that you give me more time.
All right, so I know when I need doctor when I need blood donation, I know where to come. All right.
Yes, I am a composer, and that song is going to be my song every day. Yes.
All right.
I'm educating the community. I'm telling the community unit of purpose, redemption strategy, reconciliation, healing will bring Kenya to a powerful country in Africa. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Don't listen to tribes. Listen to the nation. Sing the nation. Most of us who have seen the difficulties of how bad tribalism, how bad insecurity, how bad conflict, how bad armed struggles have brought to our countries, tell you with one heart that listen to Uru. Listen to him when he says he wants unity of purpose. I summarize it there, as we move to this food security. Miriam.
All right, very well. In a nutshell, food security, we know, is one of the key pillars of the Big Four agenda. And among the aspirations of this pillar, of course, the Big Four agenda is food security. Now, one of the key things that President Uhuru Kenyatta had set out when he was putting this together, he wanted to make sure that there's a reduction in the number of food insecure Kenyans. Also, there's a reduction in the cost of food. Also, there is increase in farmers' income, so to support our agriculture. We know agriculture is the backbone of this country. So, President Uhuru Kenyatta said he'll make it he'll be intentional in how he's supporting the farmers in this country, so that they're able to get good income and returns after their hard work, and also increase the sector's contribution to the country's GDP, and also increase jobs in the agricultural value chain, which I think that's just another topic by itself, Doctor. Perhaps you can look at some other time, the number of other sectors that support the agriculture sector there in the country. So to achieve these ends, some of the initiatives which the government is fast-tracking include boosting food production in the northern counties, where a majority of the population has been food insecure through projects like the Kenya Climate Agricultural Project, which has so far covered 24 counties, and a small irrigation and value addition project, which has so far covered about 3. The Regional Pastoral Livelihood Resilience Project, which has so far covered 14 counties to boost livestock production from the pastoral communities. Other strategies being put in place include agri-nutrition strategy, which all of the 47 counties have validated, and also the government has also incorporated agri-nutrition in service curriculum, which is already in running, and also the government established agri-nutrition guidelines for sustainable diet under COVID-19 pandemic, which is publicly available online. And also the government is establishing various market access initiatives, lowering production costs and reduction of post-harvest losses to increase income to farmers. So that is just in a nutshell what the government is trying to do to ensure a food secure country. Then all of these things, all these factors must be considered so that we are able to have enough food for our people.
Miriam, talk of enough food. This is COVID-19 era.
Yes.
The food that people should concentrate on eating and growing, which is going to have a lot of market, are this type of food. Mm-hmm. It looks like in the future, people are going to rely on fruits, which help them to fight, to increase the immunity. Mm. Carbohydrates seem to have gone lower in terms of consumption. So many people during this COVID-19 era are having more fruits. Fruits are not available in some markets. For example, lime, lemon. Lemon is one of the most precious items now.
Yes, it's very expensive, doctor. Yeah.
And very expensive.
Right now. Who would have thought?
My assistants go down the market in Gara, in city market to buy lemon in town or some places. But lemon is not available. Even in South Africa that used to bring us lemon, the lemon in Carrefour is not there. We are struggling. So farmers must diversify, must start growing things that will bring them a lot of money. Farmers must make sure that all the things that are grown on a platform that will earn them a living, will earn them food for their homes. Welcome, Professor Onyari, and I know you have been struggling to get online. Welcome back to Planet Mucheru.
Thank you, Dr. Masanga.
This is a breakfast, it's a different breakfast show. So, sir, you are encouraged to come with your tea, your whatever you want to drink it officially as from today. Don't hide the cup on the sides. Yes, that is exactly, we want to talk the type of television. What do the Africans want? Not what British want us to do, but what do Africans want? Africans want somebody practical who talks to them, who sings the song. I think in the background you are hearing my song of Uhuru Enda Mbele. And I believe you are going also to join me to sing it at some time. Uhuru tunaenda mbele. Oh Uhuru, 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 Uhuru tunaenda mbele. The legacy of President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta still lives on. The legacy stays in food production. The food security of this country remains very stable, despite the challenges that we have had. Despite the wrong ministers of agriculture, like Kiinjuri, whom President Uhuru Kenyatta entrusted, who doesn't know what a locust and a rockcast. There's a difference between rocker music and a locust. Karanja in Nanyuki will tell you rockcast is rockcast. Professor Onyari, you test the microphone. Is it rockcast or locust? So we have looked at the confines. You missed the first part. You are the chaplain, Professor Jared Onyani of the church. Did Jesus tell people to go and rob people, then go and give?
If we use the story of Zacchaeus, if you have taken things from people unlawfully, and if you have met Jesus, you return 4 times by giving a testimony that the people I robbed now I return. If you took from the government, you return 4 times, and then you come and follow Jesus Christ. You don't just go and give like as if you are giving a dose of medicine in pits. You return 4 times and say that now let me just follow Jesus Christ. The word of God requires of us.
At least for you, you are a man who teaches and comforts the souls. I teach political science. And Nikolai Machiavelli said, if you are allowed to be deceived, you will find somebody to deceive you. For you, you talk about perseverance. How long can we persevere? Professor Onyari Chaplain, we have seen the theft. We have seen people stealing and coming to tell us, continue to persevere, the hustler is coming. It is like when Jesus was preaching to say, John, when asked so many questions, John said, I am not the hustler. John could not say, I am not the hustler. He says, there will come a person whose shoes I cannot wear.
Cannot fit.
So for me, I would advise this politician or these politicians who are telling people hustle, preparing us for the coming of a hustler. In Malindi, go back to the projects that you told us. The food, go back to the projects.
Okay, here, Professor Jared Onyari, welcome. And I'm going to take you through the projects that we've had here, courtesy of President Uhuru Kenyatta. And I'll specify on fishing because, that's what we do mainly here. And what has he done? First of all, I'd like to let you know that our president began a campaign that we call Eat More Fish campaign at the coast. Mm-hmm. And he came up with this campaign when he was forming what we call CGS, Coast Guard Services. Now, when he came over, he came up with that campaign as well. He came to launch it here as well. And it was launched somewhere we call Liwatoni at the coast. Now, why was he forming the the CGS, Coast Guard Services? He was forming it mainly.
Mm-hmm. You seem to be having a problem there with the signal from Karen. Yes,
Miriam.
Sorry, we lost you there for a minute.
Go ahead.
But go ahead. Mm.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. So he was mainly forming the Coast Guard services, to increase food production, boost food security, and increase more employment. But the whole Eat More Fish campaign was meant to encourage Kenyans to eat more fish. Now, the good thing about, I'll go step by step. The good thing about the Coast Guard service, it was meant to, we have patrols that usually occur in the high seas. And this is meant to increase the fish stocks it has increased so far to 155,000 meter tons. By July 2019, it had decreased to that extent because these coast guards are supposed to patrol, protect the seas. And we had an issue where we had
Yes.
All right.
We have a slide.
Yes, we had other countries importing their own fish here. Now we were buying from other people, but now because we have this Coast Guard service, they're providing enough security. There's enough security and safety. They're doing sanitization. They have sanitization measures, and they're also controlling pollution in the seas. We can produce a lot of fish on our own. Because of all of this, we can produce a lot of fish on our own because these people are offering all those services. And if we're producing a lot of fish on our own, that means we can sustain ourselves when it comes to fish and all of that. So in conjunction with that, he also gave out 250 million to boost the sector. Now, apart from the Coast Guard service, whatever it is, that he also offered 250 million Kenyan shillings to boost the sector. 120 million was meant to purchase fishing boats. 80 million was supposed to construct a cold store. When we're done fishing, where do we store the fish? Under which temperatures, for them not to go bad. So 80 million was meant to construct the cold store, 120 million to purchase fishing boats, and a modern market that costed 20 million. And 6 million was supposed to cater for fishing ponds. So all of this was meant to, that means when we have the cold store, we can preserve the fish, we can sell, we do not have to buy fish from other people. So apart from forming the Coast Guard services, apart from giving the 250 million to improve the sector itself, he ensured that he directed that we refurbish land sites, and he gave 10 million because these land sites had been grabbed by private developers. Now, because they have been grabbed by private developers, he gave out 10 million for the government to work together with the Mombasa administration and take them back, the landing sites. So about the landing site, that is something else that he has done. And last year, Mombasa gave out 28 high-density fiberglasses, which were distributed to 14 beach management units. We have what we call management units. So they were given 28 high-density fiberglasses, which were distributed among the 14 beach management units. Apart from the beach fishing gears and the construction of the markets, he gave out 5 million, which was to coordinate all the county blue economic activities. So that is among the few that our president has done when it comes to the coast and the fishing. So apart from coming up with the Coast Guard services to ensure that our sea is secure and it is sanitary.
All right, very well. Karen, please.
Direct.
Yes.
To get insights.
Thank you so much. There, we apologize there. Mm-hmm.
Miriam.
Yes.
Professor, we have a few minutes. The farmers in the Rift Valley cried, Murukomen, 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 you are our son. What happened to the maize? Professor, take us through that story. Professor Nyari.
Thank you, thank you, Dr. Masanga.
When the senators went to the Rift Valley, yes. And
thank you, Dr. Masanga.
The studio.
You know, as I do, that agriculture is the backbone of the economy of most African countries. So Kenya being one of them. Most of our people do engage in farming. And the farmers in the Rift Valley, especially who was in Gisu, they do farming on maize. But we have heard from time to time, Dr. Masanga, that farmers make cry several other people that they are poorly paid, the cost of production is very high. When they supply their seeds to cereal board, they cannot be paid because cartels find some ways on how to bring maize to this country. Especially we have had maize coming from Uganda, and you know who imports that maize from Uganda. When you import maize from Uganda at a cheaper price, it means you will sell at a lower price. So it means the farmers in this country will not be able to get market for their maize. And you know, the government is the one which buys the maize from these farmers. So corruption has been at the height. And you know the kind of people who are involved in this kind of the maize scandal, and it goes back when it was during the government of Nusmukate, and who was the Minister for Agriculture. That's where the rain started beating us. So the farmers in the Rift Valley, what the government need to do is to protect them, give subsidy, and ensure that there's no importation of maize unless the maize which is locally produced has been consumed. That's when you can allow the importation of maize. But we have had sometimes that as we speak, we said the other day, you find there are some maize lying at high seas on the ship. So any moment you open here, you wonder where this maize has come from. So basically, Dr. Masanga, that in the agricultural sector, you mentioned the Minister for Agriculture, then Kunjuri. There was a lot of corruption which was involved. Remember, we have had some cases, even Dr. Masanga, that when we even import some fertilizer, some people import poor qualities of fertilizer in this country. I can remember back in my county, there was a time we did not harvest. And I know the MD for KEPS, yeah, Kenya Bureau of Standards. In fact, he's having a court case. They allowed substandard fertilizer. So, Dr. Masanga, when you allow substandard fertilizer to come to this country, and you know who is involved, what do you ensure that you give farmers, they plant their crops, they do very poorly, then you get an opportunity, an excuse to import. So that's the most unfortunate thing about maize in the Rift Valley, Dr. Masanga. And Mukomen and his buddies, instead of spending more time talking about maize in the Rift Valley. I remember the Senate one time it was going around and they had a session in Gisu, and you could see how those farmers will tell Mukomen, ile kisungu yako yote unaongea sasa, ongea mambo ya mahindi. So maize is a problem in this country, and unless we deliberately take an effort to protect them, to ensure that we give them subsidies, we import proper quality of fertilizer, and we give market for their products. Yeah, unless that one is to be done, it will be a tall order.
Because maize is the staple food here in Kenya, so it's a very
Yes.
important food. Yes.
Miriam,
Yes.
good things come to an end.
Absolutely. I also need to go have my breakfast as you are
There
there.
is time for everything.
Yes.
There's time for rain. There's time for sunshine.
And,
There's time.
Time for planting and
chapter
time
3
for
of
harvest.
Ecclesiastes,
Yes.
1 to 10, it gives time and seasons for everything.
Thank you. And
There's nothing which does not have an end.
There's a season for stealing. And
For giving back,
there is also a season
to plant and to
for planting
harvest.
and a season for harvesting. Those who have planted in first will harvest soon. So this show has changed, Prof. I want to tell our viewers everywhere, wake up at 9 sharp every day. Good morning, Africa. With your mug of porridge, of tea, kunywa while we talk. Please, like this. This is a breakfast show. Tomorrow is going to be different because I will be preparing direct breakfast. The only thing that Miriam will miss, and I know she's the only one going to miss, but soon she has to prepare hers because the equipment is coming there for her to display her type of break tactics. There are men who don't know how to fry an egg when their wives have gone to work.
Professor, is that you?
Yes. No, I don't know. Don't go there then. There are also women who give a lot of work to their house girls. And they end up breaking the marriage.
How, Daktari?
Yes, because they don't know how to cook for their husbands. This show, breakfast, as we talk about the legacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta, we also want to...
People marry wives and not cooks.
You see, now you are becoming more sophisticated.
Prof.
That a wife... You see the Kenyan style of he's here. He said they don't marry cooks. In my culture, before we pay dowry, we must know how the auntie must come to verify as to whether you know how to cook or not. If you don't know how to cook, why do you come to bring luggage in my house? You can't unaleta mzigo kubwa kwa nyumba yangu. La karanja. Professor anasema they don't marry cooks. No, who told you we are saying we are marrying a cook? We are marrying a wife. When you marry a wife, a partner, you are marrying a partner in life and death. But there are some men and women who don't talk in the house and call themselves partners. I'm going to be teaching all these type of things during my breakfast show. Breakfast with Dr. MATSANGA. Medium will have the equipment very soon.
Prof has exonerated me. I don't have to.
No,
I don't have to
to cook, to prepare her breakfast.
Prof.
And there's enough space. I am no longer sitting next to her.
Prof, I don't have to
No,
cook,
no,
right?
Prof can talk everything he wants. That he said women are not cooks. Who told you? Then who is a cook?
A cook is a cook. And then
Those who are cooking, are they not women? When you go to Italy and you are a man and you are being taught how to make fried eggs, doesn't it shame you when you go with a woman in a hotel Then the chef asks you, Madam, you have carried some of these ladies, you have carried one to your hotel, you have gone for a hotel in Mauritius. Do you want scrambled eggs? Which type of eggs do you want?
Boiled.
Then she looks at you like this. These are the things missing here, Professor.
I love boiled eggs. It's much healthier.
Can you go with a partner in Mauritius?
Oh Lord, Doctor, I'm hungry.
For holiday. Then the chef, you come out for breakfast. All of you in the morning dressed up, ready to go to the sunshine. Mm-hmm. Then the chef, the Mauritius chef, asked, Bonjour. Bonjour, allez, adieu, bonjour. Yes. Then like me, I know a bit of France. I say bonjour. Then he asked,
do you want some frogs?
Sir, which type of
frogs?
Egg? Which type of egg? You have gone with a lady whom you felt knows the eggs. Then she tells you,
I want the oval one.
I put you on a plane and a return. I can as well lose the $2,000 that I paid for ticket, and not to walk with a damn. Who doesn't know which type of eggs to eat? Yes! And this is where we have lost our culture. That's why you find a thief telling us that I will give you more. So this show is gonna be teaching manners, good manners of hygiene, of cooking for your husband, cooking for your wife, cooking for your children. When you are left in a disaster preparedness zone.
So you don't call Glovo or Uber Eats? When you're left by yourself, you don't dial a delivery?
No, Dr. Matsanga.
Okay.
In the name of God, I don't rely on delivery.
I know you cook, Doctor, and I was just joking.
I will never, Miriam, yes. I will never rely on delivery.
Yes.
And my delivery is in my house. My house is stocked. Na kila kitu. One button chop, kuku inatoka. One button cook, nyama inatoka. I pay because I'm
nyama gani? Nyama ile nyama. Nyama inatoka. We have to
I've stopped eating the meat coming from Suguta Valley and the West Pokot. 200 prisoners in Uganda escaped.
270, I think.
219.
Yes, and 19, sorry.
So far, we have killed. We have killed 14. We kill. For us, Ugandans have no mercy. We kill. We have killed 14. Look at the professor, is shocked. We have liquidated 15 by last night. But we have not captured the hardcore. So, I want to leave you with this. Where are the hardcore going? Unaona mambo inaanza kuonekana. Matsanga aliwaambia nini? Where are the hardcore going? The men who could go to an armory, break into the armory, steal the guns, they are not simple. Those are organized, real trained men. So, Kenyans, Miriam has just brought in reminded me of the meat. That's why I've gone back to this meaty thing. I was concluding this show to tell you that my sister from Malindi, bring your flask closer. every morning. Brother Jared Onyari, bring it closer. Miriam, bring the flask closer. In fact, now the flask can be there on top. Because bring your apples, bring your experience. We want to know how people serve their wives, how people serve their children, how people are getting so mad about the children. Their children, they don't want them to stay at home. They want them to die on Magoha syndrome. Yes, Magoha, Mr. President, Magoha is confusing the Ministry of Education. Mimi Matsanga, I don't hide. He's my friend, but let him choose. Let him challenge me that he's not confusing us. Hii mambo ya kuconfuse watu watakufa. Muache hiyo maneno. Magoha, you parents who are saying you want these children to do what? You parents, why did you produce them? Do you know how much to labor to have a child? Do you know how long it takes? Ask us who have produced. It is a long journey. Very long journey. 9 months a mother is carrying. 9 months you are running with your wife down the market. 9 months she falls down, say, darling, touch me here, touch. You are carrying also. You know, as a man, you also become pregnant. When a woman is pregnant in your house, the man, you as a man, you're also pregnant. Because at night she wakes, she says, the baby is hitting, yeah. But then you touch. You are also part of the journey. So you know how much it pains for you again to allow people's children to go to a school which has no toilet, latrine. The latrine is the bush nearby. People compete with the bush nearby. Am I wrong, Mwalimu?
No, you're not.
There are some students, some pupils who go to the bush and then they find a python there. A python is waiting. Cobra is waiting in the bush. They fight and they say, teacher, there is a python here. So how are you going to excuse yourself?
Python.
Yeah, it could swallow the kids. Some areas like Samasabiti there, iko python kubwa itiko huko. Then we have cattle rustlers. You see the Karamojongs are coming. Some people from Uganda are there who want to steal cows and bring them for market. Uhuru tunaenda mbele. Uhuru tunaenda mbele. Mzee, Your Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta, this song is dedicated to you for keeping the legacy of unity of purpose. I would sing it every morning to remind every Kenyan that you must leave a legacy of a united Kenya. Thank you very much, Professor Onyari. Thank you very much, Karanja Nanyuki. I want to hear your voice.
Thank you very much, Dr. and the rest of the panelists. And I say hi to Professor Onyari.
Thank you very much, Malindi. I want to hear the bubbly voice that was on the sunshine the whole of yesterday. How are you, Karen?
Very fine, Dr. Matsanga and my fellow panelists.
Thank you very much, my dear Miriam Ogutu, the shining star of Punchline Africa Television, right in the studios, general headquarters, miles away from me in the political command center. Good morning.
Very good morning to you and a good morning to our viewers. Thank you so much. Let's meet here in a few minutes for another show, and I think it will be, let me just...
A very good show. Tell Onyari to clear his screen.
All right.
So, a very good show. Onyari, your screen is blurred. We can't see you properly. Where's your light today?
as Onyari does that, as Professor does that, sorry.
No, you have sent it even very far away. Your light should come closer. We want to see you closer. Exactly.
All right, so the show...
Have you got that song? Closer to me. Aha. Now we can see Onyari, Professor Onyari. Thank you very much, my brother, comrade in arms, not at arms. We don't have any arms that we have. We have only a message of good hope, Miriam. I wanted the production team in Nairobi. Thank you very much, all of you. Our manager, Stephen, is well, will be coming back soon. And thank you very much, our production team, Sam. We have a big team there in Nairobi. Yes, big team. If we don't give them kudos, gracias, kudos. That is how African television should be working. Right. Don't think of the books only. Use the books effectively.
All right, thank you so much. And
comedy, Miriam, before I finish, comedy in Britain earns you huge money. Television comedy, the words that I'm speaking in Britain could earn me millions of dollars or pounds. African people must invent. Invention. You must invent something of your own. Don't follow the prompter. There are girls here. Oh, they know. Kumbe they are reading in front there. I like my Miriam. She never reads.
All right.
From the time I coached her, she turned into a nurse, a very big rocket. Asomi, Miriam does not read prompter anymore. Direct information, wake up, akuja nayo. Watu wote wanasema girls all that they are reading news. Reading news papi. Musome mkuwe na news. Unamulia the capital city of Cape Town. Woohoo!
All right, Doctor, thank you. So coming up is Diplomatic Leaks under the topic United Nations and Africa at 75. What are the gains, failures, challenges, and obstacles? How do you rate it? So that is a very interesting conversation that you do not want to meet, and we shall be coming to you in very few minutes. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye for now.
Thank you.